See? Yeah, you know.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're live.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, we're live. Yeah, it's your mom's. Oh. Yeah, she's okay.
You're on camera.
All right.
So for those on Facebook who don't know what the hell's going on, John's on the road, and he's got
I'm on the road.
He's got the whole fam family with him, and they're right back into town. They're about 45 minutes out of town. Ken messaged me. He's trying to get in. He's not having luck yet, but we'll see what happens.
I have faith in him. Well,
but yeah, we're gonna wing it tonight. No Eliot, no intro, no outro. Eliot is under the weather. On WrestleMania Sunday. We'll just leave it at that.
Yes, right.
But we're gonna wing it. See what happens. Did you happen to read my post earlier this week on my?
Which one? I probably, if I'm asking, no, I probably didn't. No.
Yeah, the most recent. No. The one.
No.
I talked about how I'm off this week and had a good day at work on Friday. We had a quarterly meeting and they took a segment just to sing my praises. So I was a little bit humbled and embarrassed. And, I got called out for being a good guy and a great employee and doing my shit and stuff. So.
Oh, Muffin.
Yeah.
That's adorable. Yeah.
But I also was talking how excited I was to have this week off because it's my favorite week of the year and one of my favorite weeks of the year in sports. That's the Masters this week. So I'll be staying home watching all that.
So I got to explain this to my wife. So I got to explain this to you. This guy takes a week off every year. I've known this guy for like 15 years. Every single year, he takes a week off to watch the Masters, which is a golf tournament. Golf. That's what he does.
Like golf, huh?
I love the Masters. What can I tell you? I love it.
It's so dedication. Dedication, sir. Dedication.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would not have it any other way. Just saying.
That's beautiful. That's warm and fuzzy. So yeah, man. So you're on break now. So you get to take it easy, relax,
And yes, I'll have more time to post, do some studying.
More time to post, right?
More time to try and learn some stuff, if you know what I mean.
Perfect. Perfect. You guys can talk. You don't need to be quiet. It's just me and Scott, and we have 10,000 people watching live right now. So
no, we don't.
I'm trying to get them all weirded out. It's good.
Yeah, 10,000 people. Right.
Yeah. If we get 10 people, it's lucky.
I don't think there's been a cumulative amount of 10,000 people that have seen this show in the last 10 years. I mean, give me a break.
Oh, I know. That's great. Yeah, man.
I don't know what's going on with Kenny.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm on the road driving, and I can somehow connect. Ken, we gotta get you straightened out with the connections here, buddy.
We gotta get Ken some internet or something.
Yeah. If you would see where I am right now, I'm in the middle of nowhere, Alberta, man.
Your car have Wi-Fi though?
No. I'm just using my wireless on my phone. So no car Wi-Fi, nothing like that. I'm not that sophisticated. What else going on?
Ken says his Windows is updating, so that's what's taking him so long.
Oh, well, I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So NFL stuff, real quick. Eliot is so famous. I wish he was here. He's been posting about a conspiracy theory in Tampa over Arians moving into the front office.
So that was all because of Brady?
Yes.
Sure. Do people care? Are people really? Yeah, I wouldn't.
You know what though? It made the Rich Eisen show, so it's pretty big. And Rich Eisen debunked it. The GM of the Buccaneers have debunked it. Arians has debunked it. But yet the conspiracy theorists are still out there saying that Tom Brady would only come out of retirement because would only come out of retirement if Arians were not to be the head coach anymore. And I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all.
Well, that's weird because he said he was coming back like weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Arians just retired
this
past week. So dude, that like you said, conspiracy theory. Oh, cops, look out! We gotta look out! Cops are here. They're coming to get us, Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking.
It's the Mounties.
It literally is the Mounties. Yes. Yeah. It literally is. Yeah. Literally is. Yeah.
Do you see my finger? Can you see what's here?
No, I can't really see. You're on a cell phone, buddy, so I don't.
Okay. Well, it's actually my microphone, so it's right up next to my mouth now.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at the jersey. Okay.
No.
All right.
The microphone
Okay.
at my mouth, like you told me, like you suggested. I got a longer boom for my mic, so now it will reach from the edge. It will reach from the front end of my desk to next to my face. So I sound. We have a more professional sounding show.
Very important to be very professional sounding for our show. Like I just said to my wife, we have 10,000 people listening. So
yes.
Yeah. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me? It's all you're making me jealous. Like you're making me so embarrassed. It's all my friends, Steven. All my friends are like, judging me right now.
I think I'm the only one on the Facebook feed. So it's just you and me talking now.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Well,
We're here.
Yeah, we got the family. The family's listening in. So, we got an audience of 5. So, the kids are passed out. So, yeah.
I noticed the wife and grandmother are strategically placed where they're not on camera.
It's not by design. I'm literally putting the camera so it's like.
Well, Clarky's here. He says we only need 199 more people.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Clarky. Appreciate you coming by, Bill. Thank you, sir.
With Clarky here, we can discuss. Dolphins the Patriots got a new wide receiver this week.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was reading some stuff on it. It's the car beside us. We're driving past a car that sounds like it needs a new muffler. Yeah. It's like, so Devonte Parker goes to New England, right? And it's like, why would you trade in division? So it's either the fact that they traded in division, there was something up with they felt comfortable doing it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's really weird to me, you know? Like, trading Stephon Diggs to the Jets, like, that's just, I don't know. But, hey, good for New England, man. I mean, every time Parker plays us, he burns us. Yeah. So, I'm glad he's not, sorry, Clarky. I'm not, the Miami Dolphins are a bigger threat, I think, to the Bills than
the Patriots.
Sorry, Clarky. I know. I know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it gives. I mean, the Dolphins have done this before, though. Don't count. They've done this before. They've traded within a division before. It's not the first time they've done it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
But I mean, that makes. I mean, again, New England isn't really a big threat. He's better than Aguilar. Yeah, well, at least Parker will catch balls as opposed to Aguilar drop.
Yeah, he won't have the dropsies.
Right.
Yeah. The Aguilar dropsies. Yeah, man. No, it's interesting. I think it's really interesting that they did it in division. So that tells me it's like they were comfortable doing it.
Right.
Which is really weird because I always thought Devonte Parker was a really good wideout. So, I could stand him in Miami. Now I can't stand him because he's in New England. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
And Bobby Wagner signing with the Rams?
Yep, that's their Von Miller replacement, right?
Yeah, I would think.
So, yeah, I mean, he plays more of a linebacker than Vaughn, but
right.
Yeah.
Once again, the Rams are spending money as opposed to because they don't have any draft picks, so they got to spend money on free agents.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan is. Oh, I'm echoing. That's echoing. Hello.
No, you're not.
Hello.
Not echoing on my, you might be echoing on my side, but no, I'm not. I don't hear an echo.
Yeah, I hear an echo. But I'd just be expected with my amazing setup that I have right now.
Right.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's okay. Now it's better. Now we're good.
I turned the volume down on my speaker. That might help a little bit.
Blame Canada.
I will.
Yeah, see, you got to put the headsets on, man. If you got the professional mic, you need the.
I'm not getting the headset. My head's big enough. I don't need to look bigger.
You're Scott. You don't know what you're missing. Yeah, that's really weird. There was no echo, and then all of a sudden there is. But oh well. Hey, look, we're 70 kilometers from Edmonton. Yeah. That's around 30, 40 miles for.
Well, so you're a good half hour from home yet. You're still a good half
yeah,
hour
for
from home yet.
the American audience, I got to put it down into miles. So the only country on the planet that still does that, but sure. Yeah, it's okay. It's a beautiful day though. It's nice, sunny, gorgeous. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Ken is not a happy camper right now.
No, I Hulk smashed something.
What the heck is this?
Blame Canada.
He's having technical issues.
That's not good, Ken. You gotta hurry up, man, because
yeah, we may have to call it a night because he's not able to get up here and you're driving. So.
Oh no, it's okay. I got a couple more minutes, man. I can yap because we can talk about the Stephon Gilmore rumors to Buffalo.
What?
Yeah, can we kill those now, please? Thanks. That'd be great. Thank you. Well, that's Clarky put it on Facebook this morning. He's like, I bet you John is really happy because it was the Eagles, the Bills, and another team were looking at Stephon Gilmore. Let's be brutally honest about the Bills. If there's rumors that the Bills are doing something, the Bills aren't doing something. Like, did anyone see Von Miller signing with Buffalo? No. Why? Because no one knows.
Right.
Smell that? Isn't that nice? Did you smell that? Oh, we're in the Alberta smell right now of manure and real nice. We're out in the country. Whoo, that's nice, man. Woo.
Let's see if Ken can get on here. We got Ken trying to get in here. Let's see what happens.
There's Ken. Hi,
well,
Ken.
It might be Ken.
Man, that's potent, huh? It's the horse poop. That's what it is.
Yeah. Tita's gonna want to live in the country. Sure.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, Tita. Okay.
It's not with the smell.
She wants to get chickens, and I'm like, you understand how messy chickens are, right? It's like,
yes,
but they're cute.
I can concur with that since my folks own chickens on where they live, and they are a smelly mess.
Yep.
Really?
Yep, they are. You're getting like 2 or 3, it's okay, but if you're getting like a dozen, it's just gonna be a mess.
You're gonna just have an extra.
Me, don't you tap me on the shoulder. You're the one who wants the chickens. I want to eat the chickens. You don't want to eat the chickens.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we got Casey, got Ken's logo, but no Ken yet. Can you hear us, Ken? Can you say anything, Ken?
It's not letting me access the camera.
I can actually hear you, Ken. Yes.
I can't it's not letting me access the camera.
Not letting you access the camera? Lovely.
I'm just saying.
Don't say it, John.
I'm on an Apple product. It's working flawlessly.
I'm on a Microsoft product and it's working fine for me, so I
don't know about that, Scott. I don't know. I heard a couple of echoes because of your computer.
What is this? The insect guy from Ghost from
yeah,
in Black?
Right? Oh, I like to take my time.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh. It's like this is great, man. This is fantastic. This is a beautiful day. The smell of manure is dissipating. Well,
I bet it's cold as hell.
10 degrees Celsius, so I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. 40s, mid 40s, 50. Maybe. Ken knows. Ken knows all that stuff. So it's a spring morning, spring day, spring afternoon. Sun is out, so
That's funny.
snow's melting, which is good.
One of our favorite players to talk about, Mr. Frank Gore, is going to sign a one-day contract with the 49ers to retire a 49er. He's finally going to...
Third overall, right?
What's that?
Third most rushing yards, right?
Correct, yes. 16,000 yards rushing, third overall in the history of the NFL. Great career. I don't know that he has a ring, though, does he?
No.
He does
No,
not.
he doesn't.
No, because he went Miami to Buffalo after he left San Fran, right? No, Indianapolis.
Right.
He did Indy, right?
Yeah. I don't think he was on the Super Bowl winning team.
No, I don't think he was either. But he's going to retire.
Good career, but the old Dan Marino career, right?
Yes, the old Dan Marino career, yeah.
Or the Jim Kelly career, for that matter. Who am I kidding, right?
Well, at least the Bills made it there.
Let's be honest.
At least the Bills made it there. So Ken, what do you think about the Kaepernick throw at Michigan's senior day?
Still got an arm.
Does?
He still has an arm.
Yeah, he was bombing them, man. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know how mobile he's going to be after all these years, but
he's 32 years old, so he's kind of long in the tooth, and he hasn't played in so long.
He'll make it fly, though. He was the honorary captain for the Michigan spring game this weekend. So.
Right, and he threw the halftime point of that game, right?
So Pete Carroll must be a little pleased to see that arm strength. So.
Yeah, but Pete Carroll's not gonna bring him in. No one's gonna sign the guy. I mean, Deshaun Watson gets $230 guaranteed. $230 million guaranteed, and Kaepernick can get a fucking job. Give me a break. Excuse my language, ladies. I apologize.
Yeah, man. It's like, my mother-in-law's here, buddy. Come on. Jeez. Yeah, my wife's just like, oh, I missed it. I'm like, yeah, don't worry. Just don't listen to Sailor Mouth Scott. Dude, that's hilarious, man. You think about it. Sorry, go ahead. Don't listen to me.
Well, Clarky wanted to say about Gore, he said that 5 running backs drafted ahead of Gore have a combined 16,000 yards rushing in their careers.
Yeah. Yeah.
About the same as Gore alone, so yeah.
Yeah, you had like Cedric Benson or something like that was in the same draft class.
Nobody knows who they are, John. That's just it. Nobody knows who they are anymore. It was
like Ronnie Brown and Cedric Benson were the big two. Right, I think, and then there was a couple of no-name guys that were even drafted ahead of Gore. But,
right.
So, anywho,
yeah. Kaepernick needs to be brought in somewhere. I think he can still play. So it makes me sad.
Yeah, just as a backup, man. Give him a job, you cowards.
Right. Exactly.
It's funny. Like I was going to say, it's amazing that Deshaun Watson gets a fully guaranteed contract. I get it. He's younger. He's probably got a lot more upside than Kaepernick. But the charges against him, or the allegations or whatever, compared to Kaepernick taking a knee, it's just very weird.
The visual is just so bad on that. It's just horrendous. It really is.
Yeah. Anyways, that's why they get paid the big bucks, man.
Let's see. Kenny, what do you think about Bobby Wagner going to the Rams?
I think he's a good move for the Rams. He still got a lot of juice left in the tank, and I wish the Cowboys could have made a better shot at him, but that that is what it is. So
The Cowboys
I wish him all the best of luck.
They're actually giving players up. They haven't done diddly squat in free agency.
I know it. Tell me about it.
Does Seattle win like 2 games this season?
I don't know. Not with Drew Lock as their quarterback. They don't.
I don't know.
I mean, that team.
That'll be a fun bet.
That team is now a mere shadow of what they used to be. They're not going to be good next year. They're going to be last in that division.
Yeah.
It's not going to be pretty for Seattle next year. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
And speaking of guaranteed contracts, Xavier Howard got a guaranteed contract from the Dolphins this week too.
Yes. It's going to be.
I mean, the man. I mean, he's an interception machine. He's a magnet for interceptions.
Except when he plays the Bills and we eat him.
Right.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
No, you're allowed to say it out loud. It's part of your show too, so why not?
Well, no, I know. I'm just, I'm thinking while I'm driving, like, wow. That's why J.C. Jackson left the AFC East. You might as well leave the AFC East too, buddy. But he wants to get pummeled when he plays Buffalo. That's fine.
He gets $50 million in new money, and he's already on a $39 million contract remaining. So, you're looking at almost $90 million guaranteed on that whole deal. Which is again, it's shades of the Watson deal, where he's getting more guaranteed money than any quarterback in the history of the league too. So, it is, I mean, Howard's a great quarterback. What'd you say? What about Von Miller?
How his dad basically convinced him to come to Buffalo.
Really? I did not see that.
Yeah. Check his YouTube. He actually put it out on his YouTube channel. Just put it out. Check it out on his YouTube channel. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the 6 years, $120 million had a little bit to do with it, but
right.
His dad was kind of pushing him, like, you want to do it in Buffalo. You want to go to Buffalo. So. What a time to be alive.
I know, right?
Gentlemen, the connection's getting a little choppy. There's a delay on it, so yeah, I'll tap out, man. But sorry, I hope my 20 minutes or so on air were acceptable to the viewing public.
Well, you're wearing Buffalo Bills gear, so it was fitting.
Of course, and I got to always. I mean, anyways.
All right, John.
Gents, yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you guys this week, man.
All right, I'll talk to you this week sometime, I'm sure.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
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 Well, Ken, it's just you and me. And you're not even on camera.
And I'm not even on camera. I don't know what the hell it is. I've been trying to.
No, at least we got your audio. That's fine. I don't expect to be on here much longer anyway. So,
okay.
But just because of the fact that it's just the two of us, Eliot tapped out, and like you said, it's on WrestleMania weekend. So who knows what's going on with that? But I did want to bring up. Did you watch the games last night?
I watched the Duke North Carolina game.
You didn't watch Kansas and Villanova?
I did not watch Kansas and Villanova.
Okay. Watching WrestleMania instead?
No, I was actually out making dinner, so
okay.
I did not get to see him. I kept a few tabs on it, so after Kansas started going up by about 20 points.
The Kansas game was never in doubt. It was pretty much a runaway from the start.
Yeah.
They came out of the gate and immediately went up by double digits, and it was Villanova had no chance of coming back.
Yeah, no, it reminded me of the Villanova Oklahoma game a few years ago in the semifinals.
But that game with the North Carolina and Duke was classic. It was a back and forth battle from the start, and it was great.
That is one of the better Final Four games I've ever seen. That's 2 years in a row we've had a classic one, because remember the Gonzaga UCLA game last year was a magnificent game too, and yeah, it was phenomenal. It was typical Duke, North Carolina. Just a fight to the finish, and I don't believe this.
What?
I clicked on the help thing, trying to get my camera going, and now I've got this thing on. Thank you for choosing Restream. We'll reply as soon as we can. Now I can't get it off the screen.
Oh no. Oh, that's too bad. So I'm excited about the Masters. You're gonna be watching the Masters this week?
I will be watching the Masters this weekend. Yes.
News came out of Augusta that Tiger's practicing today, and it'll
Tiger's
be a game time decision. He says it'll be a game time decision for him whether he's going to play or not. I think it'll be phenomenal for him to be able to play on that kind of terrain, meaning the ups and downs and the elevations on that course.
Yes.
A little over a year after that horrendous accident he had back in February last year.
Yeah.
If he can make it a full 72 holes, I'll be surprised.
I'll be very surprised.
And I doubt Augusta National will accommodate him regarding a golf cart. I don't think they'll do that, because it could be considered an unfair advantage, even though he's not.
But you got to remember it's Tiger, and he's got three green jackets.
He's got 5 green jackets.
5 green jackets. Yeah, I think if anyone asks for a cart, I don't think they're going to turn him down. But
we'll see.
I really don't. I'm like you with the training and everything. I really don't expect him to play past the first round, and there's no way on earth he's going to make the cut.
I don't. I mean, he hasn't played since he played in December, but that was the PNC, and that was more like a charity thing. It's not really it's not an official tour stop. It's more like an exhibition. He was playing with Charlie, so he hasn't really played a rigorous 72 hole tournament in over a year and a half. So it's been a while.
I kind of wonder if he's going to wait out until the British Open and try to come back then.
The Open Championship. The Open Championship will be the last major of the year. I think it's at St. Andrews this year too, isn't it?
I think it is.
And that's a flat track.
Yeah.
I mean, St. Andrews is flat.
Yep. So yeah, kind of maybe by then he'll be able to have the stamina and be able to go a full 72.
Right.
We'll see. I wish you could see me right now, because I'm actually drinking in honor of the Masters Week. I'm actually drinking an Arnold Palmer. So.
For those that do not know, that'd be an iced tea lemonade, basically. Iced tea
lemonade. Yes, it is, and it's very good. It's actually this is Snapple Diet Snapple tea that's half tea and half lemonade. So It's actually really good. So.
Yep. Note. I don't know if you saw this or not, but there's a third member of the ceremonial tee shot this year. That will be the third member, who's going to be Tom Watson. He's not going to be part of that group with Gary Player and Jack Nicklaus. So Tom Watson is now part of the ceremonial tee shot for the Masters.
Very nice.
He's 72 years old. If you remember, as early as 10 years ago, he was in contention of these couple of majors, including the Open Championship and the Masters.
Yes. He got it all the way to the last day, and Tom can still pop that ball away. So
he was actually my favorite over Jack when I was a kid. I liked Tom Watson a lot more than Jack.
Tom Watson made, I think, one of the greatest shots I've ever seen. The one he sank out of the bunker, and I'm trying to remember where it was.
Well, the one I remember is the one in the U.S. Open in Pebble Beach.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, Pebble Beach. Green. Yes, that was beyond amazing. I mean, that sucker just seemed like it was on radar. It knew exactly where to go. And that was incredible. Yeah, Tom Watson is without a doubt one of the 5 greatest golfers ever, and I'm
he was my golf idol growing up.
I was always an Arnold Palmer fan. I was a somewhat member of Arnie's Army, so you know, I always liked him. I always liked the way he handled himself and everything. He was full of grace when he lost, and when he won, he was humble. He didn't brag or anything like that. And not that Jack Nicklaus ever did, but they were. I mean, it was a friendly rivalry, but
and what's great about Arnie though is what he does, and Jack does some of the same stuff, but what he did off the field and how he treated his fans. I mean, anybody that wrote him, he actually wrote them back.
Yes, he did.
It didn't matter how many letters or how many cards you got, he always wrote back.
Exactly.
And he loved his fans, loved Arnie's Army, and he was a big philanthropist, and as well as Jack is as well. It just two great emissaries for the game. As is Gary Player, so you can't shoot that down either, because Gary Player is great for the game too. I'll never forget during the first 15 minutes, because I've watched the rebroadcast many times of the '86 Masters. One of the commentators, and I forget his name, he's no longer there, asked Gary about the influx of these foreign players into the foreign invaders, so to speak, into the U.S. game.
Right. And
Gary shot him down. He says, I wouldn't call that. The game is international. I wouldn't call it an invaders, because the game is international. So as early as '86, Gary was shutting people up. So
Gary did not suffer fools, and
no, not at all.
The only real problem I had with Gary is he came along at a time when South Africa was in the middle of the apartheid regime, and I've never really totally understood where he stood on that, because I've heard stories. I mean, nothing I could substantiate.
Right.
But I heard that he was a tad bit on the racist side sometimes, and but he never really talked about it or anything like that. And and then when Mandela freed South Africa from apartheid, then he was very welcoming and everything. So I mean, it's not enough to leave a bad taste in my mouth, because I appreciated him for the athlete he was, the golfer he was, and everything. But as time has gone by, I mean, it's ancient history now, so I mean, it's not even really worth bringing up again. But that Gary Player is without a doubt, again, like Tom Watson, one of the 5 greatest players of all time.
Yeah,
one of the greatest that ever came from outside the United States.
And the man can still play at 86 years old.
Oh, absolutely. I don't doubt that in the least.
Yeah, I mean, the man can still play. He's hitting the ball better than Jack is, and Jack's almost 10 years. I mean, Jack's like 5 or 6 years younger than he is. So I mean, But I'm looking forward to the Thursday morning ceremonial tee shot, because 3 of my idols are just going to be standing there teeing off that morning. So, I took the week off. I will be watching every minute of online streaming and broadcast TV that I can absorb from Wednesday afternoon through Sunday afternoon before the show starts. So thank God. I mean, the Masters website is great for accessing things that you can't. I mean, things that you can't get on regular TV. I mean, the broadcast doesn't start until the afternoon, but the Masters.com starts coverage at like 9:00 in the morning, and it goes through all day. And I got 3 screens I can use, up to 3 screens I can use on my computer to stream all the content I need to for the Masters. That's just how dedicated and how obsessive I am with this tournament.
See, that's where I'm kind of glad I have ESPN Plus, because they have breakdowns of each or many of the pairings and everything, so I can follow.
Yeah,
whatever they're doing.
That's similar to what the Masters does too.
I kind of figured that. Yeah,
their online content. It's all free. There's no charge for it. You can watch all the golf you can handle.
Mm-hmm.
They have featured groups. They also have cameras and broadcasts specifically from certain holes. In corner, 15 and 16.
Right.
4, 5, and 6, which are 3 key holes on the front 9. So I get all that from Thursday morning all the way through Sunday evening, just before we start the show on Sunday night. So,
let me ask you something.
Yes.
Who do you like as far as the favorites?
That's a good question. John Rahm's playing real good right now.
Yes, he is.
I'm not a big fan of John Rahm and his temper, but he's playing really good right now. I hope DeChambeau falls on his face like he did last year. I can't stand Bryson DeChambeau. I just cannot stand that guy. I don't know why. He just gets on my nerves. Maybe because the way he approaches the game. Maybe because the way he approaches the game as far as analytical and numbers and it just drives me crazy because there's no feel or touch to his game. It's like a computer. It's like digital as opposed to analog like we're used to. I'm not a big fan of Bryson DeChambeau. I really don't have a favorite going into the Masters because you just don't know. You just don't know. People, you got the superstars win it, but then you got also like guys like Mike Weir who won it 1 year. No names coming up can come out of nowhere and win this tournament.
This could be a wide open.
It could be very much so. Very much so. I'd like to see on Sunday 5 or 6 people within one shot of the lead. That makes it for great drama.
Man. The
drama there is just great that way.
About what 5 or 6 years ago they had three-way tie for first, and then 1 stroke off for 4th and 6th.
To tell you the truth,
that was the best.
I have a feeling this might be Justin Thomas's breakout for major. Justin Thomas, this course sets up very well for him. I think I think he can. I think he should be close to being the favorite to win this, and he's playing really good right now coming into Masters. So I like Justin Thomas a lot too. He's of course he's Jordan Spieth's best friend and all that stuff. But I like to see JT break through.
I'd like to see both of them do play well and maybe go.
Well, because they're Texas boys, and you love them Texas boys, Kenny. That's
absolutely. They let me down now and then, but they're pretty good golfers. So I'd love to see either one of them win it. Justin's had his chances the last few years and kind of ran into a little bit of bad luck toward the end, and so I would love to see him come through and get his first jacket. So
another question real quick. Have you been watching the women's NCAAs?
I have not.
No. Tonight's game, UConn and South Carolina, is going to be good. You got 2 great superstars playing tonight, and it's been a surprise. The women's game is getting better. It's really,
getting better. Yep,
it's really entertaining.
South Carolina's pretty much picked it up in the last 4 or 5 years, and they are the defending national champions. But then again, there's Mariama. You just never know with with Gino. You just never know. He's like Felix the Cat. He's got a bag of tricks.
Correct.
So it should be a good game.
It's actually starting now. So, I'm looking forward to just maybe watching that game tonight. I don't know. I've been watching Masters replays since Friday. So I just finished watching Tigers win in 2005, and I can't always forget how great Chris DeMarco was that final round going head to head against Tiger.
Yeah.
So,
he did not back down either.
No, he didn't fold. He didn't back down.
Nope.
And it just, where a lot of others have crumbled under the Tiger pressure, he did not. And that was
kept going. Yep. Said, "Yep, I'm here for this day. Pack a lunch, and we'll be here for a while."
Yep. I ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
But that was the year of the great shot on 16 that Tiger hit off the green, and that shot still gives me chills to this day when I watch it. And of course,
when he got that on the green, school was out.
Yeah, and the great announcer. Oh God, what is his freaking name again? A lot of all of a sudden gone blank.
Nance?
No, the guy at 16.
Oh, at 16.
He did CBS college football for all those years.
Oh, Vern Lundquist.
Vern Lundquist. Thank you very much. Yes, Vern's call of that shot was also pretty epic as well. Of course, he also had the putt in '86 that Jack made.
Yes.
He had that yes sir moment.
Yes sir.
Yes. I always love me some Vern. You know what? The reason why I like him on 16 is because all the hole-in-ones that happen on 16, and he just goes crazy with them all the time. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the tournament this year. So,
let me ask a question.
Yeah,
and we got a little bit of time here.
Well, again, we're probably going to be cutting it short, but yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Talking about rivalries here a little while ago.
Yeah.
Talking about the Duke North Carolina game. A lot of people are saying this is the greatest rivalry in all of sports or all of college sports.
No.
Do you?
No.
I don't think so, because
no.
It is the greatest rivalry in college basketball. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it in college sports? No, because Michigan-Ohio State is a fantastic rivalry in all sports. It is a blood rivalry. Texas OU is a blood rivalry in all sports.
Yep.
Duke, North Carolina, nobody cares about college football, baseball, anything like that.
Right. Dallas, Washington, Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
Right. But as far as Michigan, Ohio State, that's a big rivalry in all sports.
Well, it's because that goes back to the 70s with Schembechler and Woody Hayes. I mean, come on.
I think it goes back even further than that, because it goes back to whenever Woody got to Ohio State back in the late 40s, early 50s.
Yep.
And
as great a coach as he was a total dickhead. He really was. He was an asshole.
He was. And Schembechler ate it up, and that is the greatest coaching rivalry I've ever seen. Because they met at 50-yard line, and that was it.
Yep.
It was on.
Yep.
But,
I don't think Duke North Carolina is the greatest rivalry in sports. There's so many other ones out there.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. I mean, Ken, you and I as Buckeye and Wolverine fans, we're pretty biased as far as the rivalries are concerned. Mm-hmm. But you're going to have fans that are going to argue there are other rivalries out there as well. Yankees, Red Sox, Lakers and Celtics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then of course the Steelers and the Browns, Cowboys and the Redskins. I don't think Duke North Carolina is the greatest rivalry. It's been the greatest rivalry in college basketball since Coach K came into started as the coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? When you got Smith and Coach K going against each other, that's a rivalry. But
HBO had I think it was HBO had a documentary a few years back called the Duke North Carolina rivalry, and they took it all the way back to the early to mid 60s, because there was a time when Larry Brown was a player at North Carolina, and he got into a fight with some Duke players, and so they said it's been on for quite a while now. So.
Well, and that rivalry's only added more fuel to it because they're down the street from each other.
8 miles apart,
yeah, they're down the street. They're right in the same. They're in the same state, right down the street from each other.
Right. Yep. But that's like some of the city rivalries we have in my city, my high school.
Yeah.
We got some high schools that are 8 miles apart, and yes, they do are pretty nasty with each other. SC and UCLA is like 12 miles apart. So
and USC Notre Dame.
Well, that's that's a little bit across country, but I'm talking about
and even Michigan, Notre Dame too. I mean, even that's a rivalry.
Well, it was. It's not anymore, but they won't play us anymore. So since we beat the socks out of them last time we played,
Notre Dame got tired of getting beat. That's probably why.
I tell you what, that's going to be an interesting game this year. Have you heard about that?
What?
Notre Dame coming to Columbus?
Really?
Yes, Notre Dame and Ohio State playing for the first time.
Putting Mike Golick Jr. on notice right now. The Buckeyes will wipe the fucking field with Notre Dame. I'm just saying.
That's I can't. Did they play in a bowl game not too long ago?
Who? Notre Dame?
Notre Dame and Ohio State.
No.
It was like
maybe they did. I don't. It was what? Maybe was it?
Yeah, it was. Because
was it the first round of the playoff or was it the Fiesta Bowl?
No. This is like Fiesta Bowl 10, 12 years ago, because I remember what's his name? God, the Notre Dame quarterback, Brady Quinn.
Oh, Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn was playing for Notre Dame, and his brother-in-law, or future brother-in-law, now brother-in-law, was playing a linebacker for Ohio State. Who was a really big one? That he had a real brief pro career, but he was a stud in college.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? It was a little bit after Katzenmoyer was at Ohio State. It was like the class, maybe 2 classes after that. God, what was his name? AJ Hawk. AJ Hawk.
Okay. AJ Hawk, all right.
Yeah. AJ Hawk is Brady Quinn's brother-in-law, and they played each other, and I believe it was the Fiesta Bowl. So it was.
Yeah, the game is actually. I think it looked like it's the first week of the season. It's September 3rd.
Yeah, it's one of the season openers. So yeah, that should be interesting. First time Notre Dame's come to the Horseshoe in a while. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to college football season again.
Well, yeah, because you got a chance to beat the Buckeyes again, because you guys are beat us so badly this year.
Well, we'll see about that. I hope, but hope springs eternal. But
we're losing a lot of wide receivers. We're gaining, so we're getting some good ones back, but still, we're losing a couple of good wide receivers. So we'll see what happens. I'm not too optimistic about the Buckeyes' chances this year. But I don't have much of anything else, Kat. I don't know what you got going on with you. I mean, you're going to watch WrestleMania tonight, I'm sure. Like you told me. I did get to see the Austin Kevin Owens match last night.
That was hilarious.
7 years old, he's still kicking ass and taking names.
Yes, he is.
That's the way Vince wants it to look like.
Okay. I have yet to see that beer in the stores yet, but he drank a bunch of it.
He drank a 12-pack on the friggin' in the ring last night after that match.
It must have been something.
He was drinking during the match, not just.
He was. He would turn around and had somebody tossing 2 or 3 at him at a time. He was opening them as fast as he could go. So I did watch the night before
Undertaker's
thing. That's one of the best induction acceptance speeches I've ever seen in any sport.
Yeah, again, the 3 things that he said, I think I got them right because I wrote them down.
Yeah.
The 3 mental lessons to live by is, number 1, perception is reality. Loyalty and respect go a long way.
Yes.
And I think the 3rd one was never compromise. I'm not sure if I got that right.
Never compromise.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was.
I mean, I listened to that, and I listened to his stories and his love for his kids and the amazing respect he has for Vince, which surprises the hell out of me, but that's just me. And, I mean, he shout out to Hunter, shout out to Shawn Michaels. And
his partner, tag team partner.
Kane.
Kane. I didn't realize that Kane was a mayor now.
Yeah, he just recently became a mayor of some city. I forget what city it is, but yeah.
Those must make some interesting city council meetings.
Right. And Michelle looked great. I like the way he said that to this day she could lace him up and hang with anybody on the roster these days. I like that. I thought it was pretty funny.
She's awesome.
But you know what? You and I both grew up watching this guy since he began.
Oh yeah.
Back in the mid '80s, and
like I said, shortly after I was graduating from college, I was still helping out the sports information staff at UTA. We played Texas Wesleyan, and he was that was the first time I ever saw him. And you didn't move him very far in the paint.
No. And he could have had a great basketball career too, but like he said, he chose wrestling, and
that's right.
Despite the fact that his parents were disappointed, he became probably the greatest wrestler in WWE history. And I will go to my grave saying he was the greatest ever. Better than Hogan, better than Shawn Michaels, better than Hunter Hearst, better than all those guys. I don't care who you are, even Stone Cold and The Rock. He was the greatest.
He is the one that everyone came to see,
and the greatest entrance in the history of sports entertainment.
Oh yes.
Hands down.
When you heard that sound, dong.
Yep, you knew you were in trouble. You knew you were in trouble.
What was coming?
Mark Calloway, he's had so many surgeries. He's been through so much and and had so much pain his whole career. Just the loyalty and dedication he had, because he loves the industry, and he's given us some of the greatest matches in the history of WWE. And I'll never forget the night he threw Mick Foley off a steel cage onto the freaking broadcaster booth. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Oh my God! And Jim Ross, he broke him in half. He's broken in half.
I don't think Mick Foley will forget it either.
No, probably not. But
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, when he put the jacket back on and the long jacket,
never
and the hat,
say never.
Said never say never. Before he thinks about coming back in the ring, I want him to do something.
What?
I want him to go to Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. There's a exhibit. I can't remember where exactly it was. It seems like it was outside the casino. There is an exhibit that shows all of the operations and broken bones and everything that Evel Knievel went through in his career. And I want him to take a nice long look at that and go, you really want to come back?
Yeah, I mean,
he's getting that way.
Perfect example. Steve Austin's was his first match since 2003. He retired in 2003 because of his neck. Okay. Yep. They are the same age. They are the same age.
Yes. And he's having to wear knee braces on both now. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw him having to keep pulling them up, and so.
So I mean, and he had to fix it at one point in time before the interview. So but I think Mark Calloway's done. I don't see him coming back. He's
I don't think so, but I would love to see him. I would love to have a chance to meet him and just have an.
I would love to meet him too, to shake his hand and say thank you for 30 years. I mean, because he was one of the reasons why I was a wrestling fan in the 90s and in the early 2000s. He was the reason why. I wasn't too fond of the American Badass, but the Undertaker was my favorite of all time. Anyway,
I don't think he had as much to do with that as maybe Triple H or the Shane McMahon, something like that. Who was it that he kept referring to as there was someone he kept referring to, but not by name, but by the Godfather?
Yeah, the Godfather. He was a big time wrestler in the early 90s.
Okay.
In 80s and 90s. He was big on when it was WWF. He was big.
Okay.
Back in the day. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I kept showing him a picture of him, and I kept thinking, okay, I'm supposed to know who that is, but I can't think. But
he was part of the early 90s big time push before the Monday Night Raws, before the Monday Night Wars and whatnot, and before the Attitude Era. But yeah, I mean, he was the same era like Coco Beware, the Rock and Roll Express. Okay, with Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty and all them guys.
Yeah.
So
Very
that
Eddie's
was his
age.
time. That was his time.
Yeah. The tribute to Shad Gaspard, and I'll be honest, I was not familiar with him, but that was pretty.
The Warrior Award. I didn't see
Yeah,
that part of it. I didn't see that part of it.
That was pretty moving because he was heroic, especially trying to save his kid from riptide, and the lifeguards were able to save his son, but could not find him. And yeah, that was pretty sad. But I mean, it was pretty heroic, and I had to appreciate that. But
yeah, I missed that whole Warrior segment, so I don't know the whole story. So
and I'd forgotten that Van Vader is gone. But he was pretty intense in the day. But yeah, I mean,
the one thing I can't get is the Steiner brothers and Booker T's wife. Why are they in the WWE Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Steiners were big in WCW. They were not big in WWE. I know WWE bought WCW, but they were not huge in WWE/WWF. And Booker T's wife was maybe good there for maybe 1 or 2 years at the most.
She was. They said she was a Nitro girl.
Yeah, at one point she was. Yes. So I mean, I don't understand those.
WCW though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand those two inductions, but I don't make those decisions. But
they were not on my ballot.
Nope. All right, I got nothing else, man. It's been a pretty uneventful week outside of the transactions in football that we saw with the Dolphins and the Patriots making that move. I'm still torn about the freaking Deshaun Watson issue. I love my Browns, but god damn, I wish there was a better option. Anyway, I'm probably still gonna back the Browns because like I said, what Josh sent me. If I root against the Browns because of one player, then I'm not doing service to the team itself and to the franchise. So anyway, either way, it is what it is. It's the times that we're in. Maybe a miracle will happen and they'll put him in jail or something. Who knows? Anyway, Ken, you have a great week. I'm going to sit back and relax for the next 7, 8 days, and do mostly nothing but watch golf. So
there you go.
And that's what I do this time of year. So I just can't wait. I'm just dreading coming back to work and seeing all the shit that didn't get done while I was gone. But that's just me. Personal shout out to my family, my work family. Thank you for the kudos if you're listening to this. And I love you guys. Kenny, thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully you get your video fixed next week. We'll get you back on camera.
When we after we sign off, stick around for a minute.
I will. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Clarky, for showing up. Appreciate it. And it looks like the Gamecocks they're up by 11 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So it looks like it's going to be around. Anyway, we are the Sports Nerds. Sorry about the short show. Eliot was sick. John's on the road, and Ken is, as always, having technical difficulties, but that's okay. I'm the Sports Nerd. On behalf of my co-hosts, Eliot Biggie Lama, John G. Olson, and Ken Koslow, thanks for watching, and we're out.